ladies and gentlemen, we can have silence please. We're going to commence with the speeches now. First up, we have the groom, Darren.
Hello. Hi. Hi. All right. Welcome to our wedding breakfast. I hope you've all enjoyed yourselves on this special day. It's great to see so many friends and family here. I can honestly say it would have been the same without you all, just a lot cheaper. The wife and I are delighted that you were able to come to our wedding. I can't imagine a happier way to start married life than without our family and friends around us. My short speech today will be like a miniskirt, long enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to keep your attention. Before I start, over the next few minutes, there will be a cup of toast, so please make sure that all your glasses are charged and try not to drink it all in one go. I'd like to say a big thank you to both Steve and Tina for all their love and support, and have made me feel like part of the family from day one. I've never had the chance to say thank you properly, so thank you.
No worries, mate.
You don't try
I'm not you cry, just you better make me cry.
There's no tears in me. Anyway, thank you also for raising a beautiful, intelligent, and sometimes very stubborn daughter.
Very chunky,
No, I couldn't help it. And of course, let me have a wonderful marriage. I can tell you both that happiness is so important to me, and I promise to be both proud. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations. I promise to take good care of Kirsty, and I can assure you that I will do all that I can to make sure she looks after me properly. I can't let this opportunity go without making thanks to my mum and dad also for their love and support over the years and welcoming Kirsty into the dancing family. I know it's hard to believe, but I've not always been perfect. My mum and dad have helped me over the years. They've seen me through thick and thin, mainly thick. But they've always been there for me, and I hope that I've done them proud. Yeah? I really couldn't have asked for a better mum and dad. I know they've both been through a lot, but they're both fit.
You can change the keys now, go.
They've both not been both, but they're both here today. I'm proud of you both. Oh. So, thank you to both of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to pose a toast to our mums and dads. And a big thank you to my usher Rick.
That'll be me.
He's had no prior experience of being a bouncer in Loughborough. It's been self-evident that he has done a terrific job at handling the paparazzi today. Well, most of them. And I, for one, haven't seen a single Hello magazine photographer here today. I've seen that one. On behalf of Kirsty and I would like to say a big thanks to Lauren, Kirsty and Leah. Oh, there you are, you've come in. Our bridesmaids. I'm sure you'll agree, they all look stunning today. They also did an excellent job of looking after Kirsty, not only today, but on a nice, quiet, refrained hen night. Thank you, girls. So, ladies and gentlemen, another toast to the bridesmaids. I'd like to thank my wife for agreeing to marry me and making me the happiest man in the world. I think you'll all agree she looks absolutely gorgeous today. And when she walked down the aisle, you did say
to me.
Now, if I had a single one thing about why I love Kirsty so much, it would be the fact she makes me happier than I could ever dream. We have our moments, but
Perfect.
we do. I love you. And I intend to spend the rest of my life making sure the reverse is also true. I know that Kirsty has put a huge amount of effort into making it today. I just turned up. I didn't know about all this going on, any of this. I didn't have no clue. No. So it's all to Kirsty.
Nice one, mate.
I've never had a proper finding word to express my love for Kirsty. Who actually don't I? But if I start now, I probably won't be able to stop. Suffice to say that Kirsty, I love you so much. Just look at me. I love you so much. I'm looking forward to growing old with you.
You're first.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, please stand and raise your glasses to my lovely wife, Kirsty. My wife.
I've got one.
Kirsty, thank you very much.
All the best, buddy. Yeah, okay.
Where have you got yours from?
Nicked up from us.
Yeah, you can sit down. And finally, the best man. I've known Mark, the best man, for nearly 20 years now. Throughout that time, he's been there for me when it matters, and he's always ready with an encouraging word. There's an unwritten rule that states nobody should look more handsome than the groom. And I'd like to thank Mark for sticking to that rule. But most importantly, I'd like to thank him for being a true friend. And you are.
You're welcome.
However, there's something I need to make you aware of. Mark, he suffers from a strange condition that occasionally causes him to drift in and out of weird, strange flights of fantasy. He's been known to make up stories, absolutely believing them to be true. Anyway, it's only right that I advise you all this ahead of his speech. Thanks, Mark, for being my best man. We raise the rest for Mark.
Thank you.
So now, I'll hand over to Mark for the speech.
Now the ghost story stuff coming out.
There you go. You made the right choice.
Right, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark. And for those of you that do, well, I apologise. My full name is actually Mark. Would you like a drink? And if I see you at the bar later, I'd appreciate you using my full name. I have known Darren since he first came to high school as a spotty-faced out-of-towner. At first, it took him a while to fit in hanging around with the geeks. But he soon realised that Clement was the man to be with. I am one of Darren's best mates, and it's great to see that I am finally receiving the recognition I deserve by being named as best man. Before I begin, Kirsty, would you place your right hand on the table? Darren, would you place your left hand on top of Kirsty's table? All will be revealed in good time. It is a great privilege to be asked to be Darren's best man. He has quite generously returned the favour that I asked of him 3 years ago, during which Darren took the opportunity to make lots of cheap jokes at my expense. So now I have the right to reply. No, of course, I'm only kidding. I do have lots of material, but 90% of it is not fit for public consumption. I have never been a best man before, and I am not renowned for my speech writing. But I'll try my best, because Darren said if I do a good job today, I could be best man at his next wedding too. I know a lot of people here are probably wondering just what Kirsty sees in Darren. Well, I have known him a long time, and to be fair, I don't know either. I guess it will have to remain one of life's great mysteries, like when men have nipples and women go to toilet in pairs. As I mentioned, it's a great honour to be best man, but with the role comes the job of writing this speech, and to be honest, I wanted to make the process as easy as possible. So where do you begin for ideas? The obvious place seemed to be the internet. So with all the resources at my fingertips, I began searching the web. After a couple of hours searching, I found some really good stuff on the net, but then I remembered I was supposed to be looking for best man tips. I did actually find loads of ready prepared speeches on the internet, but sadly none of them were about a couple called Darren and Kirsty. So it looks like it's down to me after all. As part of my research, I discovered that according to tradition, I am supposed to sing the groom's praises and tell you all about his many good points. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't sing and I'm not prepared to lie. On a serious note, Darren and Kirsty have been together a few years now and seem to have found their soulmates in each other. In life, it's difficult to imagine Morecambe without Wise, Tom without Jerry, Romeo without Juliet, and of course Darren without Kirsty. And I do have to say how lucky you are, Darren. You will leave here having gained a wife that is warm, loving and caring. And Kirsty, who I may say looks stunning today, and how lucky you are as well. You leave today here having gained a gorgeous dress and a lovely bouquet of flowers. Kirsty is a lovely person and deserves a good husband. Darren, thank God you married her before she found one. Instead of all the silly stories and all the stuff about how you're growing up, like I said, it's not fit for most stuff. I'd like to just give you a few marital advice. I'm not sure I'm the best person to dish it out, but I do have the following words of wisdom for the happy couple. Firstly, set the ground rules and establish who is boss.
Done.
Then, do everything Kirsty says. Always remember to tell your wife those three important little words. You're right, dear. Kids, cover your ears. Kirsty, a husband is like a tiled floor. Lay it right the first time and you can spend years walking all over it. A happy marriage is a matter of give and take. The husband gives and the wife takes. And remember the 5 rings: the engagement ring, the wedding ring, the suffering, the torturing, and the enduring. Don't forget, Darren, if you buy her flowers, she knows you're guilty. And she'll remember to the second the last time you bought her some, and the reason why. Now, in case any of you were wondering why I asked Darren and Kirsty to place their hand wrong, I asked Darren to place his hand on Kirsty's, I will tell you now. Darren, as my final role, it is with great pleasure that I have been able to give you the last 10 minutes in which you have had the upper hand on Kirsty. May your look be modern enough to service the times and old-fashioned enough to last forever. Here's to love. I'll raise your glasses now, sorry. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after. As Darren and Kirsty start their new life, please stand and toast the new husband and wife. If you'll be all upstanding in my toast. To the new Mr. and Mrs. Danson, Darren and Kirsty.
Darren and Kirsty.
That's it, sit down, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, I forgot these. Tina, Mom.
Son.
And Mother. I think for this fall we'll spit and polish.
You do know the both of you, you was recorded through the whole of that speech.
Alright.
Told me not to.
Ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formalities for today. So we hope you go on to enjoy a wonderful evening with Kirsty and Darren. And the bar is open to those who like to make